have to show you guys this. Look at all these flowers, nice and open. Oh, so pretty. Oh, there's some more over here. It just seemed my cucumbers got all these flowers too. I'm gonna start having cucumbers. I'm excited about those. I'm gonna make pickles, and I love cucumbers anyways. Hope we have enough. We're out here for some early morning watering before we start weeding, so we can beat the sun. Gonna get that corn weeded for sure. Travis is watering. He said he wanted to do it, so he's over there watering the green beans. And then we're gonna go over this way at the very end and tackle all that corn, because there's a lot of weeds in it. The corn is still growing through it, but we got some that are pretty small, so I think the weeds are kind of messing them up. So we're gonna make sure we get all those weeds out of there today. And we got our coffee and our smiles, and we're gonna get this done.
I'm dreaming in dreams bigger than me, taking my time, giving to me, paint my life into a masterpiece, coloring it how I want it to be. Won't stop till I see what I want to see. I'm getting closer.
We're just gonna get all this water. Our water company seems to run out of water every evening.
I'm picking up books to get inside the heads
at least this side
of the ones who happen to life instead.
Gonna make sure we get this side of good water.
Happening to them.
If we have water this evening, we'll do it again.
I wonder if I'll make a difference like that. Even if it don't happen fast.
This is my first time growing Black Beauty tomatoes, and I'm just curious, how do you know when they're ready? I think they get big like a slicing tomato, so I'm assuming just when they're big enough. There's a couple more down that way and a couple on this plant, so I guess I'm just letting them stay till they get big enough. Y'all let me know if you've grown them, if you know. Our yard is like covered in wildflowers. We've been trying to learn what the different ones are and their uses. This red one is an Indian paintbrush. We have lots of those. And usually when our yard grows up, it's like a rainbow and it's so pretty. But this is our corn patch that we're going to be weeding today. We're just going to be weeding it by hand so that we don't knock down any of our little corns, like you can see right in here. There's a lot of little ones, and I think it's because they're being smothered, because then we also have these huge ones. It's interesting to me that they grow at such different rates. I don't know if it's just the weeds or it's something to do with each kernel that we each seed that we planted. This is our first time growing corn, so we're just figuring it out as we go. But some of it is a lot bigger. So I think what I'm gonna do is we have this tree line over here. So you can see the sun's really coming in on one end of the corn. So I'm gonna start on that end and try to beat the sun. And we're just gonna use this container here. You can see it has all the names of the vegetables because it's actually a big tub that cracked, so I just cut the bottom out, and we actually used it as a seed starting tray, more like a drainage tray that we put our seed starting trays in. But that's what we're gonna put our weeds in so that we can compost them. So we're gonna get started.
It's not my fault when we end up capsized. You call me crazy now, but you don't understand. I'm calling out to you. Can you hear a thing? 'Cause you lit the match that ignites the flame. I'm the TNT, but you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire, keep the melters down again. Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Want you to feel the way I feel inside. I'm reaching out for help, you got me in a riptide. You call me crazy now, but you don't understand. I'm calling out to you. Can you hear a thing? 'Cause you lit the match that ignites the flame. I'm the TNT, but you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire, keep the melters down again. Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Yeah, please just blow this flame away. And I hold on for rainy days. It feels like a decade, just please come and save me. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire, keep the melters down again. Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain.
gotta go in here. Okra is finally getting big enough. I might do something. Remember last year okra did crazy good? Just a couple plants I had. I don't know what the deal is this year. Needs better dirt, I guess.
Yeah, it did strip them down.
Well, I started a second batch too, because that first batch didn't really do nothing. Remember that? No? The first batch grew up like an inch tall and died. So I started some more. Hopefully we get something out of it. I don't think we'll get that much, but remember we were supposed to have a lot because it was that heavy hitter okra. It was supposed to grow crazy good and in hot, sandy conditions. It did not though. I'm gonna get our corn watered before it gets too hot. We don't have any drip irrigation out here. We might do next year. But we also have a greenhouse that is priority that we're going to be starting soon. So we'll see. What will probably happen is I'll set up drip irrigation closer to the house where the water hose starts from. I don't know. We talked about putting a water line out here because the water line runs right beside the garden. So if we do that, we'll probably start out here because it's the area that needs it more than up by the house where it's shadier and it's easier to water because it's closer. But usually what we do when we weed is we get it real wet anyways, so it's easier to pull the weeds. I keep putting my finger in front of the mic, so I hope y'all can hear me. But we're gonna get this watered either way because we don't want it burning in the sun. And then it'll help us pull. The grass is pretty wet as it is because we got rain about 2 days ago. And then we had a heavy dew this morning. There's a lot of spiders in this, y'all. Like, a lot. Surprisingly, we don't have spiders in our house, really. We see one here and there, but not like you would think with how much we see outside. But they're allowed to live out here. They ain't bothering me. I hate spiders. Sorry. I hate spiders, but if they're outside, I tend to let them be. Let them eat some of the bad bugs that are around. See, I kind of got this area pretty well done. I'll probably take the hoe through there now that I can actually see and clear it out all the way. But I pulled everything basically that was going to pull. I'm running out of hose here, so we're just going to have to try to reach it. I have 3 big hoses to reach all the way out here, so that's why we want to put that water line out this way so it can reach to everything a little easier without stretching a hose all the way across the land. I kind of planted the corn with no kind of weed barrier because I was thinking, corn's going to grow fast and tall and the weeds won't bother it. But the way some of these guys are so little, I say it's bothering it. And then also, corn is a heavy feeder. So I'm sure it doesn't want to compete for the nutrients in the dirt. And it really likes water, a lot of water. So I think it's good that we're getting these weeds out of here. And we need to stay on top of it a little bit better. A lot of bit better. Because we definitely want corn this year. I've seen a lot of people say they grew corn and it just didn't work out. So hopefully we do good though. I did a lot of research, and you're supposed to plant them in blocks of 3 by 9. So we just kind of did 3 foot by however much corn we had. Because it's wind pollinated, so it needs to be like in a row. And I've seen a lot of gardeners plant like one random corn in their garden bed here and there. So I think maybe that's why people aren't having much luck. Hopefully, and hopefully we'll do good, and hopefully they'll figure that out. We didn't plant it in the best of soil, so I'm hoping it does good in just kind of sandy soil. So we'll see. If not, next year we will definitely amend the soil better. We just didn't have enough compost, for a huge garden. So some things needed to go in the ground. So if we couldn't afford the compost at the moment, then it just went in without it. And we fertilize it, which was also supposed to be part of today's task. So maybe tonight when we water, we'll fertilize. These are my nasturtiums. If you don't know what nasturtiums are, they're edible flowers, and you can also eat those little circle leaves. The leaves get way bigger than that. But
You can make tea out of it.
they say they have a peppery taste, so you can use them as kind of, like a seasoning in your cooking, and just put them on top. But we're still learning about them, and learning to use them, so we've just been dehydrating them for now so that they can be used kind of however we choose later on. I'm not sure if you can make a tea out of them. We've been getting the blackberry leaves so we can make tea out of it. I've never heard of that, so we thought that was interesting. And we're gonna go turn the water off and finish this corn up. We are making progress for sure, but there's still a lot to go. But it seems really easy in some patches, which I'm gonna show y'all this. This is funny. This really tall corn here, it's got like a bunch coming up together, and I don't get why, because, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's 1 or 2. I don't know. It sure looks like a bunch, but maybe that's how it grows. Because I spaced out the seeds real good, but maybe in watering or rain, maybe it moved them around. But we did have 3 even rows, and I guess right here we have 4. So maybe that's why there's empty patches. Maybe because it got moved around a little bit, and rabbits probably ate some of them. But I'm gonna go get this water turned off and help Travis get some more weeds out. That's what you got, Travis. So this is 1 load, and it has a lot of these yellow flowers, which our chickens really like to eat. And we filled this tire up. This is what we tend to do with our so-called compost, is we put it somewhere that we're trying to fill in with dirt, let it break down some, and then top it off with some dirt. So now that we're almost done with the corn, we're gonna take this load over to our chickens, some of our chickens. We have our chickens divided because as we get baby chickens, we keep them separated, and then we're gonna hopefully be able to introduce them, and hopefully they'll get along. But We tried once and they were trying to kill each other. So this is our little chicken run. Obviously not perfect, not completed, but it keeps our chickens alive and it keeps them cool and it keeps them contained. So Travis is going to show you how we just kind of throw this grass in there. You can see they have, sorry Travis, this bucket of ashes to bathe in. I don't think they've played with it too much. I gave it to them yesterday. I used to give it to them when they were little all the time, and I've been slacking.
And yesterday we got our first egg.
Yeah, yesterday we got our first egg, so we're excited. It looks like one of the chickens pecked it, which we need to look and see if there's another egg. I just kind of put these crates in there, which this one's turned sideways. But this one doesn't have an end on it, and they've been going in there like a nesting box.
I'll look in there.
And then, can't really see, but the dirt in there is really sandy. So they don't have to have these ashes, but we needed to clean them out of the fireplace the rest of the way anyways. So we gave those to them. They're already playing in the grass.
Can I get in there and see it?
Yeah, get in there and see if there's an egg. Travis is my little countryman. Climbs in there for me and checks for eggs and fixes things. Can you turn that crate on its side?
This one?
The blue one? Turquoise one? No. Yep, but put it against this fence. Yeah.
Nope, no egg.
Okay, we'll check again later. It might be laying during the day and just hasn't done it yet. And I imagine when they first start laying, it may not be every single day.
Yeah.
Alright, Rooster, we'll leave you alone. You can play on your grass now. Look at them, they already know. They're like, thanks.
That white one right there is my favorite.
You like the white one?
Mm-hmm.
I like her too. We need to name them. I haven't really named them. I talked about naming the black one Midnight.
Hey, we should name the rooster Rudy.
Rudy?
Mm-hmm. It's from my favorite movie, but he's a rooster for Rudy, and he's rude.
And he's rude. Are you rude?
Yep.
He's like, what? Alright, we're going to get back to our corn. We are at least 2/3 of the way, I think a little more than that. So we're going to get that knocked out. We are done weeding for what we are going to do right now. And then we'll go through with the hoe and get out the rest. But everything can definitely breathe better. And that was our main point in doing this today. Oh, Travis has a flower he wants to show you guys. It's beautiful. And then tonight we'll use the fish fertilizer. Will you grab that fertilizer?
Yeah.
I'll show you guys what we're going to be using. It's what we use on most of everything. It's just a 511 fertilizer for the plants. It's great for just about everything. We definitely need to get some more fertilizers, but that is what we started with, and that's what we've been using. So we'll probably fertilize just about everything tonight because it's time. It's been a couple weeks, and hopefully this corn is going to be so happy that it's just going to go nuts now and start catching up to the tall ones.